Hi everyone, welcome to another video in Excel tutorials. Today we'll be looking at formulas and functions. So we start with the basics, which is the sum function. Let's start from here. The sum function, we know it's to add two numbers together, and right here we have a sample data set which I put right here, so it will help us to understand the formulas, the functions. We also have a task sheet. I include here task sheet 1 and task sheet 2. So with what we've learned in these formulas, we're going to apply it quickly to populate this sheet. This is street sales August 2025 sample data, and also task sheet 2. So anything we learn here, we're going to transfer it to solve this and populate this data set, these tables. So for some function, it's to know the sum between two numbers. We do equal to sum. If once you start typing, most times Excel brings out the function if it's there. So you can see for the sum function, it adds all the numbers in a range of cells. So it's used to add numbers. For example, let's want to find the total expense of everybody. Once you type the sum, it brings out the sum. So once it brings out, you can click on your tab key. Your tab key now, you tap it in, and you see number 1, number 2. You can add as many numbers as you can. You can add this, let's say for these two numbers, this is number 1, put a comma. This is number 2. Close the brackets, or just press enter. It gives you the sum of these two numbers, which is J5, and K5. You can see sum of J5 and K5. If you highlight this and look down, you're going to see the sum of the two numbers down there, which is the same thing. So, but for now, let's delete that. And okay, so we want to know the sum. I tap it in. I select this number. When I select that cell, then I can do my Control Shift down. So automatically what it does is selects that range from F4 to F61, and you click on enter. It gives you the sum of that range. Let's remove this. It gives us the sum of that range. If you highlight here up to the bottom and look down, you see the sum here, which is exactly what we have here. Okay, for the count, that's so easy. For the count, just do the same thing, equal to bring in the count function. Once you start typing, it to select this, it counts the numbers of cells in the range that contains numbers. Just click tab and it counts. Do the same thing. Let's count how many numbers are here. Control Shift down, click enter. See that there are 58 numbers there. 58 numbers there. Yeah, that's the count all this. So if you want to know the average of all the numbers, just do equal to average. Yeah, click on here and Control Shift down, and you can see the range is the count of the average of the range is already here. Then we click enter and see the average is $24,000. It's average of range of all the numbers. Yep. So for multiply function, there is nothing like multiply function in Excel. What we do to multiply two numbers, say for example, want to multiply 5. So want to multiply it by 4, just for an example. So from here, we need to multiply these two numbers, which gives us 20. So what we can do is we do equal to this. We use the star function for multiply times this. Click enter. See, it gives us 20. As simple as that. That's for if you want to multiply two numbers. And all same applies for divide. say we have 20 here, we have 5 here, we do equal to this, we use the slash divided by this, and we click enter, we have 5. So that's our divide and multiply function, since the functions are not there directly in Excel. I know for divide function, I think we have the MDIF, but MDIF function, but I don't, that's for basically for complex numbers, but it still works though with other numbers. You can just here and see, yeah, it works, but it's basically for complex numbers for MDIF, sorry. Okay, that's about it. So next we have to straight to working with strings. Strings are letters and alphabets. Before we come down to this one, this was just a basic, so we cover this. So let's come down here. So most times you collect data and the data doesn't look very clean, doesn't look very neat. You need to do one or two things. For example, join the first name and last name, or maybe do the concatenation, the left on anything to make the data come out clean. We can see this data, you see the way the first names are collected, it's quite clean. You can see where the last names you collected. Some of them had capital letters at the beginning. And see where Mark started from and how it's being imputed. So you can actually do some cleaning with basic functions in Excel that would always come in handy in your data analysis journey. And let's start with this AND. So this AND definitely can join two strings together. For example, need to join the first name and the last name. You can see let's do equal to this and and this, and click enter, and see it joins the two strings together. So this symbol, the AND symbol, can actually join this together. So let's do AND and this quotation. Yeah. So if you have these and perhaps you want to make it you get the space in between, you can add this, do it this way. So that gives you this. See what I did there? What I did was I included quotation mark. Anything I put inside this quotation mark would always come out. So for now, I kept a space in between the quotation marks, and it gave me a space. So let's say I put a dash in between there, enter to give me a dash. Anything I put inside the quotation mark would always come out, and put this. So I hope you understand what that does. So for now, you can actually drag and drop, and it gives us the names, how it is. Yeah. So another thing you can look at, let's say we didn't put that, we just needed to drag only the names the way it was with the end. We drag here. Yeah. You see, for John Mark, it's different. It means there is a space in front of Mark. That's why that space is given that space. For others that there is no space, you can see no space. For Patrick too, you can see that there is a space in front of Patrick. That's why the space in between is there. Okay, so that works like the concat function. Yeah, I did that to bring in the concat function. So the concat function, of concat, what it basically does, let's see, concat, it concatenates a list of range of text strings. It concatenates a list of range of, if you click here, let's type it in first, concat, then let's click on it, get us see the definition here. So we look at the concat function combines the text from multiple ranges or strings, but it doesn't provide delimiter. What delimiter means is it doesn't provide delimiter is something like maybe a comma or an n or a space. It doesn't. It just joins it together. So it replaces concatenate function. It was always concatenate before, So it doesn't provide delimiter or ignore empty arguments. So if there's an empty, it doesn't provide it. It just joins everything. Just joins. That's what concat does. So let's close this. So we are going to concat. Once you click on concat, it shows you the text. Text 1 is first name. You put a comma. Text 2 is select it. You click enter, it joins, just like what happens here. So it just joins two strings together. So same way we did with the quotation marks, we can actually include a quotation mark in between. Put a quotation mark, give a space, type another quotation mark, put a comma, click enter. So now we've included quotation marks in between. You can see it from the formula bar here. Concat, select the first value, put quotation marks, select the second value. It gives us that space in between. You can drag this down. That's for concat. The next thing is the left function. What does the left function do? Let's see the definition. The left function returns specified number of characters from the start of a string. So it counts from the start, from the left, from the starts of the string, from the left. But what that actually means is that if we tap this in, it will ask us our text first. These are the arguments. Any function you type in Excel, it will show you the arguments you have to put in. Argument means what and what you have to put inside. So it shows us, okay, where is the text now? This is our text. Let's choose this Genmo. That's our text down. Put a comma. What's the number of characters we want to return? Let's say 3 characters. Enter. It shows us Gen. So it counts from your left. You know, from your left, you're counting from your left is JAN. So that's why it's giving us JAN here. It means we selected this J19, then we counted 3 characters. That's why it's giving us JAN from the left. That's what the left function does. If we put this all through, and see, since we selected it to count the first 3, see for all those names, it's returned the first 3 letters. You can use this when you're trying to do, maybe you have a long date, January, February, March, April, May, June, and you just want only the first 3 letters from January to January, February. Okay, let's do this for Excel to complete it for us. So we can actually do a left function here, left function, select this text and put 3, enter. It gives us a short form of our months. I think that's one of the uses you can use it for. Same with the right function. Right function takes from the right hand and counts back. What it does is right. So the right returns a specified number of characters from the end of a text string, left from the end. So you tap it in, select your text, this. Let's select 4, click enter. It gives us the last 4 letters, 1, 2, 3 from the right, which is, you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we flash fill this, you get all of them, returns the last 4 from the right. Okay, same with the middle function. The middle function kind of works just like it then represents. So for middle function, we do the middle. So it returns characters from the middle of a text string, giving a starting position and length. So what the middle function does is last to ask you, where do you want to start from, and what's the number of characters you want to take. Let's say, for example, want to see the middle letters in this. Select, we'll tap it in. Yeah, that's also the text first. Select the text. That's also the start number. Where do we want to start from? Which letter do we want to start from? Let's say we want to start from N. N is the 3rd letter now. So click on the 3rd letter. No, click on the comma first. Then click on the 3rd letter. Yeah, from the 3rd letter now, that's the start number. You put a comma. The next thing is number of characters. How many characters do you want to select inside this? Let's say we want to select 3 characters too. Let's 3 characters. We click enter. So it takes the 3 inside, the 3 characters in the middle from where we started from. to where we want to how many we want to get. So that's why it asked us start number and the number of characters we want to get. If we wanted 5 characters, just keep 5, give us the 5 middle characters. Yeah. So that's the mid function. Same as another function we look at is the proper function. Proper function kind of helps a lot you want to when you want to correct or make your names especially come out in a proper way. So because you can see these names, most of them are started with lower letters, most of them are started with capital letters, but the proper function can correct that. What it does is you just click on equal to, click proper, type proper. So you can see it converts a text string to proper case. To proper case. The first letter in each word to uppercase and all others to lowercase. For example, for names, so we tap it in. The text is asking which text we want to select. The last name, want to make the last names come out better. So click on proper function of this, then click enter. You see now it has converted it from that small letters to a proper way of putting in the last name. From there we can fill it and see, though we still have an issue. Let's see. This is for this. Let's correct that. Is of I18. Yeah. Okay, this one. I can see for Mark, we still have a space in front. And for Patrick, we still have a space in front. We'll correct that later. So for the length function counts the number of characters in a particular string. So what we do here is equals to len. Want to know returns the number of characters in the text string. So we tap it in. Tapping it in just means me clicking my tab button. Once it's selected, once I start typing and it's selected what I want, I see now it's selected length. If I don't tap it in and I can actually select it, or just tap it in. So I select the length of this, click enter. It shows that this has 8 characters, which are here, 8 characters. And see how many characters for all of them. Yeah, this can be used to know, okay, the length of people's names. So in case you want to do a data validation, you can say this page should not contain more than 15 characters. Yeah, sometimes are very useful in data analysis. So yeah, so we come to the trim function. The trim function, what it does is it actually removes this space and cleans up your data set. For example, let's click on here. Let's remove this. Okay. It removes all spaces from a string except for single space between words. So if there's any space in front or behind that can make your string give you issues during analysis, you can use the trim function to remove that. But it doesn't remove the spaces in between. It removes only the spaces at the beginning or at the end. So if we do trim this now, you can see, we trim, tap it in, yeah. If you want to trim, let's trim this. Yeah, let's trim this. Click enter. You see that the spacing between the mark now is out and is properly trimmed. All of them start from one place, and that space will not give you an issue during analysis. So that's it for the basic functions that you need to know that you need to be using regularly when you are working with data in Excel. It will always come in handy when you are cleaning your data sets. So we got to move to this now. And from this, let's start. Since we finished this, we can actually look at our task. Yeah, for our task sheet, number 1, this is a sales of products. We have the salesperson that sold all the products. We have their managers. We have the products they were given. How many products were they given for each salesperson? How many products did they sell? So we first of all we look for the ask us to fill the product remaining. How many products remain? How do we do that? We minus the product that was sold from what they were given, which is the normal. For minus, we just do it equals to this product remaining is product sold given minus product sold. So we have these are the kind of places we use our functions, so we can actually fill that up. So you can know the products remaining for each of the salesperson. Same thing as sales amount. For our sales amount, we have the amount unit price per product, which is the price of each product. Then we have the selling price. So each of the product costs 200 and the selling price is 240, making a profit of 40. So want to know your sales amount. How much did each person sell? How do we do that? We do equal to, which is one of the functions we learned, the multiplication, product sold, product sold. We multiply it, which is the star, by the selling price. And we click the selling price is here. It was given to us. The unit selling price times number of products sold gives us the product selling price. That's it, 36,000. So for if we flash fill this, if you fill this up, it's going to be wrong. Why? Because if we look at one thing that Excel does is that once you fill it, it tends to continue the cells as they go. So you can see from here we have D3. This D3 is the unit selling price per product. But when you come down here, the formula changes to D4. Why? Because Excel thinks, okay, let me fill it up. It goes to the next column, goes to and continue going. So, but that's wrong. So what do we do here? What we do here is that we have to lock. There's what we call absolute referencing. Absolute referencing. So we have to lock this particular value, so it doesn't move from this value. It can only move from the cells here in the product for each person, but this value should remain constant. How do you make this value remain constant throughout the cells? Put a dollar sign at the beginning and at the center. So if we just put a dollar sign here, and put at the center too, click enter, it still gives the same value. Now if you drag it, let's say 3 places, you can see now it's not giving the 0 that it was there before. So if you click on this formula now and look at the formula bar, you see that D3 still maintains D3. It doesn't change. So if you go down here too, it still maintains D3. So what it's doing here is to take each of the products sold and multiply by the constant selling price. That's how we need to put that dollar sign. So, but for ease of work, that dollar sign, you don't need to type it in every time. What you just need to do is once you click, press and select your formula, anyone you want to do the absolute referencing, just press F4 on your keyboard. F4. Once you click F4, it converts it to an absolute value for you. And you click enter. From there, you fill it up and we have our sales amounts. So the next thing we're going to do is look for our total cost of product given. What's the total cost of product given? Total cost of product given is product given times the cost, unit cost. Product given times the unit cost. So here we have equal to product given here. Let's use this one times which is the star, unit cost. That's the total cost of product given. Click on enter. You can see that 90,000. This person was given 450 products at the cost of which each of them costs 200. So that's 90,000. And if we want to fill that up, we need to use our absolute value. Yep. Then click enter. So it doesn't move from the D2 fill it up down here. Yep. So we solved that. Can actually make this read more readable by giving it a comma and this. Yeah, that makes it better. So the next thing is total cost of remaining product. Total cost of remaining product. How I calculated this was from the product remaining times the cost of the product, which is equal to product remaining just here times the cost of the product, which is this. And give you a referencing absolute value, click on enter, and see 60,000. It means this person had remaining product 300 product at the cost of 200 each, which is 60,000. And actually drag this, and I'm just showing you how to use your sum function, count function, and the simple basic functions in Excel, the multiplications, the basic formulas to do an analysis. So that's where we are now. Let's also do this. Put a comma. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing we'll do is to find the sales percentage. How do we find the sales percentage? Find the sales percentage by dividing the product sold by the product given. What does this mean? It means how many percent of products were sold from the person's product. So if you give somebody 4 products and the person sold 2, it means he has sold 2/4, which is like half of it, which is like 50%. So that's what we are looking for here. So how do we get that? Do equal to products sold divided by products given. Click enter. So this person sold 33% of her products. Janet Moore sold 33% of her product. But that is a straight thing, so we can actually drag it down and we'll get the percentage sales for each of the person. So but the next thing now is how do we represent this and submit this to maybe our stakeholder or manager? We put this in a place where they can actually look at it and see the values in a go. So for first one, see total sales amount. Click on here, we learn the sum function, click equal to, where is the sales amount? This is sales amount. Click here, select it, Control Shift down, select all the values in that particular row. Then we click enter. Sorry, I think that was a spill somewhere. Oh, I didn't put my sum function. Sorry, my bad. Sum up here. Click on here, then select down, enter. Yep, I think we got it now. So this is the sum of our total our sales amount for all the salespersons. Select it all here. You can see it here below. Sum, which is what is there. Total products given, the same thing, is equals to sum of the products given. Click here, Control Shift down, enter. We have 9,970 products were given out for sales in August 2025. Total products sold, we have equal to sum of products sold, enter, then total products remaining. Our total products remaining to be equal to sum of products, sorry, then tap that in, sum, tap it in, of, select this cell, Control Shift down button, select all the cells, then we click enter. We have 5,630 products remaining. So that's when we can know percentage of sales. Let's say percentage of sales there is the yeah, percentage of sales. We can have it here as product remaining equals to product sold divided by products given. When we get here, we can convert this to percentage like this. You can see on average 44% of all the products given were sold. 44% were sold, which it might be good for some companies, or might be bad for other companies. So we have a percentage of sales for total percentage of sales. Total percentage of sales. So just simple analysis to help you understand some and basic formulas in Excel. So here we have highest sales person ratio. So what do we do that? Okay, with this we talk about the mean and the max function. You're looking for the highest salesperson, that is in the salesperson ratio now, who had the highest, or where did the highest come from? Just click equal to, use your max function. So yep, and we get the maximum of this. Click enter. You have 77%. Who had 77% was Abigail Turner at 77%. So we had 77% there. Then you can see the lowest salesperson's ratio, lowest sales ratio. Can do a minimum. Select 2. Enter. 25% is lowest. So total cost of products given is just to get a summation of the whole of all the products given. Total cost of products given, which is here. You can select it or use a control shift down, any one of them. Since the data is not much, you can select it. Do also total cost of remaining product sum up. Total cost of product remaining. This is it. Click at enter. Oh, total cost, sorry, not product remaining. Total cost. That's not the one we're going to use. We'll be using cost of product remaining. Yeah, this cell. Enter. So that's that cost of product remaining and that cost of product sold. Make this control bold. So okay, so that's just a basic usage of our basic functions here. And I think with that we understood what we did here, all of it. Okay,